I think she just talks too much.
The Perrys recycle their paper waste. Good on them. Wait, what's this? Someone must have been upset. They tore this note up.
All right, let's investigate. This kind of sounds like Ice Cold Creek music. Like, call me crazy, but it really does. I'll find that spot in a minute. Hold on.
Yes, it is a note. But why tear it up like this?
Man, Nancy, I don't freaking know.
Found it.
And that's our Easter egg. Nancy in this game just, like, talks too much. Like, the other Nancy, like, the traditional Nancy that we had in the other games, she would comment on stuff occasionally, but she wouldn't be, like, commenting on
I probably shouldn't be in
everything.
May's room without an invitation.
And also, that's just, it's not Nancy. Like, Snoop. Man, Snoop. That's what we should be doing. Like, able to click on a ton of stuff.
Huh?
And candles is something else that we're able to... Come on.
Huh.
Such an awkward photo, though. But, whatever. I love that the bed looks like someone literally just slept in it. Like, that's freaking nasty. I almost said what else, but this is a family-friendly channel. So, that's... Oh my gosh, turn. There you go. No? Turn! Okay, there we go.
Are you ready to leave yet? We don't have all day.
What were you actually doing before you picked me up from the airport?
What do you mean?
You gave May a non-answer when she asked why it took you so long to stop by here.
A non-answer? Yeah, because I went to the police station.
And?
And they're still going through the evidence. And when they found out I was May's cousin, they started... laughing.
So they think she did it.
Everyone does. So, I went to check out the Hathorn house myself. But I never went inside.
The ghost?
What? No. There was some weirdo there who told me the ghost was going to steal my soul. It was totally creepy. And then I found out that everyone in this town believes in ghosts, so I didn't enter.
Well, whatever or whoever it is, there's an explanation behind it. Did the police give you anything? Anything at all?
They told me there's a Judge Danforth in town, and he's going over the particulars of the Hathorn House estate. I found his office, but he kinda never let me enter his office. Believe me, I tried.
I know him. Not well, but enough to get through his door and have a conversation.
All right, are we going into town or what?
Sure.
Who could gain something by burning down a house?
Oh my gosh.
Insurance claim, maybe?
Stop talking.
Possibly. Means, motive, and opportunity. We need to start interviewing. See if anyone checks off those
Please
three
no.
boxes.
Can
And
you
in
do
your
investigating?
experience?
It's usually something much more personal. This tour sounds interesting.
Don't tell Tegan that's your plan.
It'll give us a good overview of the town.
You mean I want to meet the real witch of Salem?
Yeah, I do. She might know something. I wonder why Tegan doesn't like her.
You don't have to investigate everything, Drew. Olivia steals Tegan's visitors, sounds like. You really want to do the dumb tour?
You don't have to come with me.
Side by side. Gotta be honest, it does sound more fun than the museum.
Alright, let's go.
Are you ready to leave yet? We don't have all day.
Yes. Oh, so we can just leave. Cool. Awesome. More talking. Oh, hello, Ned.
Ned! Hi!
Nance, how have you been? Thanks for finally picking up.
Sorry, I've been on a flight.
Busy on another case, huh? You know, you should really enjoy yourself more, Nance. Life's too short to be working all the time.
This isn't work for me. It's fun. Besides, crime doesn't take a vacation. Speaking of which, how's yours?
Ned, come on.
Yeah, 1 second.
Sounds like you're having fun.
You know, standard fare. Nothing too crazy. I miss you, Nance.
I miss you,
Hey, give it back.
too.
Nancy, I'll call you later.
Call you later, Nancy.
Well, that was... yeah.
Why does he sound like drunk, though? He's like, you really should... Oh, dear. Enjoy yourself more, Nancy. Oh, dear. That's just even worse. Okay.
A leopard print lighter. Why here?
Can you turn? Thank you. Alright, well, I'm not reading all of that now.
Visitors! By now, you know the story of the witches of Salem. Those poor souls were caught in a time of fear and greed, and they paid the price. They may have died, but witchcraft lives on in Salem.
Oh, this should be interesting.
The world would have you believe witches were not real. I'm not talking about old, ugly women who curse their neighbors and fly on broomsticks. The truth is, witches are real. They have always been real. They are alive and well. They are powerful, carrying the secrets of the world beyond the one we see. Ritual, mystery, magic. Most exist now only in secret, and they may be standing among you even now. It is said that in Salem, a coven of witches settled in recent years, set on revenge for the deaths of the Salem witches. Their ritual, one midnight on Halloween, unleashed the angry spirits of the past.
That's so cool.
Do that. Thank you. Now, if any of you are interested in the real history of the witches of Salem, I provide self-guided tours through some of my favorite locations in town. And perhaps you too will see one of the restless dead.
Thief in Austria used the same kind of stage magic she's using.
Thief? There was a thief? What were you doing there?
Visiting a spooky old castle. You'd have liked it.
Do you regularly fly to Europe for investigations?
Sometimes.
And if you want to learn about being a witch, come forward.
I guess we'll do it.
Uh-oh, here comes trouble.
Me? Never. Well, nothing too bad, I hope.
Did you know that in the Malleus Maleficarum, ginger hair was the sign of a witch? You're my kind of people.
I'm not nearly as talented as you are.
Aw, shucks. You're making me blush. Oh, there it is. Now I'm turning red. You truly are a witch.
So to become a witch, do I need to take a test or get a diploma?
A true witch is not made with pieces of paper. She is born to it and will feel the call. Bureaucracy is for persecutors. We don't need permission. We don't live by the rules. Anyway, what can I help you with?
Oh dear, there's a lot of things to ask. Okay,
Do you really believe
Sure.
some modern witch coven unleashed ghosts on Salem?
About 8 years back, there were rumors of a coven that they performed a ritual to return the dead witches to Salem to seek out their revenge before the witches moved on.
Is there any evidence of such a coven?
Ever since then, ghost sightings have gone through the roof. Salem is now considered the most haunted place in the country.
Interesting.
You think it's a coincidence that the former home of the Hathorns was set on fire?
Sure, maybe it's a coincidence.
How else could the fire have started?
I heard there was not a single living soul in the house when it started burning. Keyword, living. The world is composed of two equal parts, dark and light. The light we see every day. It's the trees, the people, the birds. It's our world. You can even see it at night. The dark is the unknown. A plane of existence that vibrates just underneath the light. But if you were in a place like Salem, a place where a painful history permeates every surface, every crack, every brick, and every tomb, the dark will appear. Usually when you least expect it. That's why they say, don't be out past midnight in Salem, because the dark may reach out and take you. Also, did you know that Salem has more ghost sightings than any other city in North America? If you want to learn why, you should go on my tour.
You know what? I'm gonna save all
Talk to
this
you
stuff
later.
till later because I'm just kind of tired of all the conversations. I guess let's go to the museum, I suppose, and we can start the tour at least. Go this way. The controls are a little funky. I will say that the controls are a little funky. Oh, that looks like Voldemort though with a nose. Does that mean it's mean? But whatever, I'll say it anyway.
Hey! Sorry about the mess. We're in the middle of installing a big showcase. So what have you seen in town so far?
We decided to do the Real Witches tour.
Oh. You talked to Olivia.
What's with her getup? Witch? Street magician, maybe?
Everyone has to make a living. Is she telling the story about a coven living here in the recent past?
Yeah. Why?
Just bad taste.
Olivia is quite the local character. I hope you don't mind if we do the tour. I want to see more of the town, and finding out a place's old superstitions is kind of a habit I've gotten into. I'm excited to look around the museum.
Weird
Of course.
transition. Okay, so now we have the ticket. Let's go back to Olivia. Unfortunately, have to go back to Olivia, and we'll do her tour. I do like that there are more people in this game. That you can not necessarily interact with, but just kind of see around town. Can I? What the fricky crap?
Well, we have the tickets. Let's...
I don't want to talk to you, honey.
Uh-oh, here.
Oh,
Talk to you.
hold up.
This tour.
Welcome, one.
Thank you.
Alrighty. So, Salem sinkholes, accused witches memorial, Judge Hawthorne's grave, unmarked graves, Little Liberty, and Opera House and Puritan statue. Alright, let's start off with the sinkholes over here.
The road has completely collapsed into the sinkhole. No wonder they closed.
Right. So, where's my thingy?
The road has
Stop, I
completely.
don't want to say that again. This is frustrating, and I'm sorry. Oh, here we go. So, you'll see these little ravens around town. Just click on that.
Oh there, watch your step. In recent years, these maws into the deep unknown have opened. There was once a vast network of tunnels beneath Salem, used by smugglers during the Prohibition era. Most would have you believe that these tunnels are now collapsing. But you have to wonder if there could be something more sinister behind these sudden maws into the underworld.
Into the underworld. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, let's go this way. We'll do the museum stuff first, I guess. Here's another. No. Here's another raven.
The Salem Museum, known formerly as the Town Hall. Not only a great resource for the Salem witch trials, it also holds records of other interesting facets of our local history. Anyone visiting Salem does well to seek out the forbidden knowledge hidden in these halls.
Hidden in these halls. Dun dun dun. Okay, let's go
The
here.
carefully researched genealogy of several.
It was a time of horror, when the witches who walked the earth were wrongfully prosecuted and thus stripped of everything. These are the ghosts you'll find here in Salem. Their homes taken, their knowledge destroyed, their lives erased.
Alright, let's continue on. I do like how they're trying to share the history of Salem and the witches and all the trials and stuff like that. However, I think they could have done it better. There's a lot of games out there that cover a lot of different topics, and they do it in a much more interesting fashion than just dialogue dump.
You stand before the remains of Salem's most zealous and conniving judge. So lacking in morals was Judge Hathorne that he sentenced innocents to death while claiming the estates of the dead as his own. Unlike the more remorseful Judge Sewell, Hathorne never felt any guilt for his part in the Salem witch trials.
Little Liberty, unmarked graves, and Hawthorne House, I think are all in here. In the graveyard, that is. Here's Little Liberty.
Before you stands Abigail Hathorne, helping the accused witches escape the grasp of her own brother, Judge Hathorne himself. Abigail freed many from their holding cells until the judge caught her in the act and locked her up in a cell deep within the Hathorne house. The statue was given the name Little Liberty in honor of her valiant efforts to free the innocent.
Very cool. Alright.
Through these woods lies the infamous Hathorne estate. It was common during the Salem witch trials that the lands of the accused were taken and resold for cheap. The judge himself bought many such lands, and on them built his grand estate. The Hathorne House has since come to represent all the wrongs that were inflicted during the trials.
And last... Excuse me. Wow, my voice is awful today. The unmarked graves. They're in here somewhere. Maybe they're over here? Nope. Oh, they're there.
These headstones bear names lost to history, but some believe they belong to those sentenced for witchcraft. A condemned witch was forbidden from being buried on consecrated ground, but many victims were buried by loved ones in secrecy, and some may have found their eternal rest beneath these unmarked graves.
Alright, so we've completed the tour. Can we go to the Hawthorne House
Not
now?
yet. There are some more things I'd like to look into before I'm done.
Come on, Drew.
That's just plain rude. Alright, I guess we'll leave. I guess we'll investigate the museum more, because we only were in there for like 2 minutes. Not even. So we'll kind of look around a little bit more. I'm not gonna read it.
Sad that even children are
All of
named in
this?
the list of those accused witches. Like Abigail Johnson, just 11.
I will let you guys pause and read if you want to read it all. But I'm not going to read because there's so much stuff here. And I just don't have patience for it. But the first time playing it, like when I did like a blind playthrough, I definitely read a lot of this stuff. but there's so much information in this game. And while I like the fact that
Everything you could ever want to know about Salem's history, from the Namkiag people to the Great Salem Fire of 1914.
And while I like this information, there's just so much information.
Let's see.
To the point where it becomes boring. And I think that's such a shame because there's so much good history in this world. Oh, let's do pumpkins. That they could have gotten so much better. I don't even know, like, they just could have done so much better with this. Aw, he looks happy.
Done. This looks great. Now to find a nice place to put it.